First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Mang Liaoming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. Homage to Master Thupten Darji. And homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice this evening, the Golden Mother of the primordial Jetpan. When is Golden Mother's birthday? On Tuesday. So here we celebrate Golden Mother's birthday ahead of time. Wishing you a happy birthday. That may you live eternally to deliver sentient beings over thousands of years. Simu, Tenzin Gyatso, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the webcast. Our participating VIPs today are Madam to Ambassador Daniel Liao, the rep of Republic of China, Taiwan to Sweden and Norway, Dharma Sister Judy. Accountant to Buddha's Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa. And law advisor to the True Buddha Foundation, the attorney Jennifer Zhou. Dr. Zhang. And the advisor to the Overseas Chinese of the Republic of China, Miss Winnie Xie and her daughter, Fiona. And PR Director of True Buddha School, Taiwan Temple, Dharma Brother Fermi Wang. Good evening, everybody. How do you do? So today we practice Golden Mother's Dharma practice today, and we recited the sutra of liberation through meditative stability and wisdom. These four Chinese words are extremely very good. And Bodhisattva, in performing the paramita, the perfection, one of them is meditation, the other one is wisdom. And when Sakyamuni Buddha descended upon the Saha world or Samsara and to become the founder of Buddhism, as we know, what he taught first was on hearing and contemplating, and then in practicing and affirming So what is the hearing? Is once you hear the Buddha Dharma, generally speaking, human life is no big deal. Everyone is the same. This Grandmaster too. After birth, at a certain age, you started to go to school. After you study and study and study, or in the homoform of study is poison, poison, until you're 24 and you graduate from college. Or if you want to study more, you would get master's degree or the doctorate degree. And above PhD, of course, there's something else. And how old would you be? You're not young anymore. So after studying so much and gaining so much knowledge for a bowl of rice, which is for a living, earning a living, making money, career. One is career, the other is family. In terms of your career, you want to succeed and make a lot of money. And related to your family, it needs to be perfect and bear children. And then you teach your children as they grow up, at the age for study, they walk the same path and they study, 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 study again. And then the children grow up and you yourself age, and then you would live in the elderly apartments or homes, waiting for like what Master Thupten Darji said is Ting Ting, which is dead. Everyone is the same. So how could a human being be liberated? It's not that your physical body becomes immortal. Of course, we're just talking about the 500 years of history. Of course, we cannot compare to XX, who has been cultivating spiritually for 30 million years. You know, we don't know even 10,000 years ago. We don't know about it because China only has 5,000 year history, and Egypt, Babylon, India, and China are the four ancient civilizations with only 5,000 years of history, 5,000 to 6,000 years. It's less than 10,000 years, and you don't know what it's like beyond that. So according to what the Buddha said, because of the short life of human lives, what is the meaning of living? What is human life? And most importantly is that your spirit needs to gain liberation. Some people don't believe in their spirits or souls, so they just live the lives of normal living beings, earn more money, enjoy more life. Hey, open the door. Hey, what happened? Okay, okay. Sorry, I lost the voice there. So it is quite difficult talking about the liberation of our souls. So the Buddha taught us to hear and contemplate. In many religions, you need to hear more, and then you find the one that is suitable for you, so that your soul and spirit can be liberated. This is more important. So there is no use of earning more money. We have a fellow disciple that's called Shi Qian, which sounded like lots of money. So what use is having lots of money? Perhaps you would live in a slightly better houses, drive a slightly better cars, and wear slightly better jewelries. Do you notice that I rarely wear my jewelries? I used to wear my rubies before, but not anymore recently. Because I found for a sadhaka to wear rubies, it doesn't look very good. But if I don't wear them, the disciples who offered them to me would ask, what happened? Then I feel bad either way. Actually, it's okay for Grandmaster to wear them, because wearing them is the same as not wearing them. And not wearing them is the same as wearing them. So I'll just go as I like. So what is liberation is that you gain self-mastery. You're in control of yourself. Everybody has their own troubles and worries and afflictions. Now let me ask you, please stand up if you have no afflictions whatsoever. If nothing bothers you at all, please stand up. Actually, it's quite bad. It's very rare for a human being to not have any afflictions whatsoever. But Grandmaster has very, very few worries and troubles. As long as I'm healthy, my diet and my sleep are normal, my health is good, then I have no worries whatsoever. I don't care about the human affairs. It's not related to me how many people were born and how many people died, or whether you would be able to gain enlightenment and gain liberation. That's your business, it's not mine. I don't care. It doesn't matter how many I can liberate. I just liberate however many there are. So very easy, and very, very few afflictions. So at the time of death, then I would just take breath and then send my soul to the heavenly realm, and that would be liberation. So the Buddha also said, so when you hear, if you hear the Buddha Dharma and you contemplate on it, so you need to apply the Buddha Dharma that you hear into your body and then diffuse into our body, merge with our body. And then we need to practice. And what is it that we practice is meditation or samadhi. That's most important. Of all the Buddha Dharma, this meditation is extremely important. And what is this? Meditative stability is very simple. Simply said, is concentration and single-mindedness. What is samadhi? That you concentrate on the sky and you don't abide on anything, non-abiding, non-gaining, nothing to gain and nothing matters. So with these 3 points, you have self-mastery. And with self-mastery, you meditate in the sky. Once you gain this meditative stability, you can destroy all the delusions. You can destroy all the ignorance. What is the ignorance? Once you were born until death, they're all considered ignorance. Whatever you grasp, whatever you attach to, then you would be deluded by it. That is ignorance. If you are attached to money, then you would be bound by money. If you are attached to love, then you would be bound by love. And there's only death for you. If you attach to your positions and status, then you would be bound by them. But if you take them lightly, then you can truly dwell in meditative stability in the sky, and you have no bondage. Once you gain this meditative stability, then you would gain the wisdom of the Tathagata. This wisdom is not knowledge. Knowledge is only a part of wisdom that's related to the mundane world. But the wisdom referred here is the wisdom of the Tathagata, the highest kind of wisdom. Once you are in meditative stability, you would gain the wisdom of the Tathagata to illuminate all the delusions. Then your souls and spirits will not be in bondage, would be able to fly to the sky with joy, to the heavenly realms. So what the Golden Mother spoke on and what the Buddha spoke on are actually identical. So meditation and wisdom are the 2 wings to fly to the heavens. Only with meditation and wisdom you would be able to gain liberation to fly to the Buddha lands. So this liberation through meditative stability and wisdom is perfect. Because in terms of the Tathagata's teaching, meditative stability and wisdom are the two wings that will bring us to the Western paradise, to the Buddha lands, that you would be able to gain Buddhahood, to attain Buddhahood with self-mastery, to become the great self-mastery king. This is the key point. So today we recited the Golden Mother's Sutra for universal deliverance, retrieval of perfection, and liberation through meditative stability and wisdom. It's not just through the lips, but you need to attain the meditative stability and wisdom, and then to gain liberation, and with self-mastery to attain the fruition of the Bodhi. So at Golden Mother's birthday, today, as Golden Mother wanted us to know that by hearing, contemplating, practicing, and affirming, we can destroy or eliminate all kinds of ignorance and delusions. So this is the most important meaning of our group practice tonight. Now we'll continue to talk on Lamdre. Lamdre is truly very difficult to read, to expound. And last time I said that it was translated by Fa Chun, but it turned out it was not. It was translated by Fa Hu. If Fa Chun wrote it like this, then I would capture him. Of course, I wouldn't dare to beat him because he's translated many tantric dharma books. So instead, I would just beat on his behind, because it's really difficult to understand. Now I have to capture Fahu, which is Dharma Raksa. On August 25th, which is today, you will expound on page 271. Already that many? Oh, really? That many? I don't even realize. I thought it was still in the beginning. During this time, when breathing in the upper chi, it is as full as a robber filling his cargo, where he could even add the slightest. So the upper chi, which you draw from the nostrils, you breathe in to the extreme. That's good enough. But he made an analogy as if, like, when you bought all the stuff that you just cannot buy anymore, which means you breathe in until you cannot take in any more breath. Then visualize the above description correctly in great details. Of course, you have to visualize clearly. Everything has to be attentively and clearly. Like Golden Mother's phoenix crown, and this hand holding the divine duster or whisk, and this hand is holding a longevity peach or wish-fulfilling jewel, and seated on the dragon throne, and with the phoenix crown radiating light all over her body, We can visualize her very clearly. However, our XX had said that this Golden Mother here had given her divine wish to XX, and her longevity peach had been placed in her fire pit, and all the beads on her phoenix crown had been eaten by the disciples in San Francisco. Anything else? But you could not visualize her without the divine whisk and without the phoenix crown, because the beads were all eaten up by them. And she also said that there's no need for all of you to go to Seattle to pray to Golden Mother, because Golden Mother is not there anymore. So whom did we chant the sutra earlier then? She had no knowledge whatsoever, because Golden Mother appears wherever you pray to her, wherever you invoke her, she would appear. Golden Mother is not necessarily seated inside the Seattle temple, even outside this temple hall. If you pray to her, she would come. And even when you're seated on the toilet, she would also come. There's a problem with toilet. Or you have a problem sitting on the toilet. You could not let it out, but it's stuck right there. You cannot pull it up. It could not be expelled either. And your face is red and with high blood pressure. You have to pray. So you pray to Golden Mother. So isn't Golden Mother afraid of the filth? But you often wear the Buddhist amulets or the chanting beads on you, and sometimes very long. It's like on your belly, and inside the skin are all the intestines, the colons, and you know what's inside them. And yet the Kuan Yin Bodhisattva is right there. Then the Kuan Yin Bodhisattva is always with you when you are doing your bowel. So the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are not afraid of any of the filth. So if you pray at that time, then it would be excreted, because she's everywhere. I'm not lying. One time when I'm seated on a lotus, there was a bodhisattva descended upon my head. Really, I'm not lying. Inside my bathroom, and entered into my body and in union with me to do what? It's okay. So Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are omnipresent. They are everywhere. But she said there's no need to go to the Seattle temple to pray to Golden Mother, because she's not there anymore. So that's total nonsense. So Golden Mother is omnipresent. She's everywhere. She would appear wherever we pray to her. The same with Amitabha Buddha. Namo 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name and identification of Amitabha Buddha. The same with Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, that she will appear any time and anywhere you pray to her, which is the one mentioned in the Golden Mother Sutra, which is the great master of the compassion vehicle. And afterwards, fiercely condense and lift up the lower chi. So it's the same as before. And after the upper chi enters the nostrils, swallow saliva. Actually, it's swallowing the saliva. Tuck in the chin. We've talked about this, and he repeats it again. He repeated it again. And hold the chi. Push down the upper chi, lift up the lower chi, and hold it. Tuck in the chin, hold it. Hold the chi. So it becomes treasure vase energy. And then the treasure vase energy can make the chi to enter into the central channel. If the chi, when you press the chi too much, maybe the visualization is not clear. If it's not clear, the visualization, no matter how hard you try to hold the breath, it will not generate any merits whatsoever. So, if your visualization is not clear, it will not generate any merits. So visualize clearly and hold your mind on the body of the yidam and hold the chi. What he meant is you need to visualize clearly. And your mind is on the yidam. And then at this time you can also hold the chi. When you cannot hold the breath anymore, exhale it slowly through both nostrils. And the other 8 formulas are the same as above. When you cannot hold the breath anymore, you exhale it slowly through both nostrils. So this is called one breathing. The signs of the generation and accumulation of warmth. If the Baoping Qi has entered into the central channel and the inner fire has been ignited, there would be 5 signs and then another 5 signs from the branches for a total of 10 signs. 10 signs or sensations. First, the inhalation and exhalation through the right nostril. The signs generated on the original ground are the earth chi absorbed into the navel chakra, and at this original ground attaining the 2 positions of a sign of rolls of smoke appearing. So what he meant is, when you breathe, and hold the qi, there would be the sign of the appearance of rolls of smoke, which is the beginning of seeing light. If you see smoke with your eyes, rolls of smokes, that's the initial sensation. Second, with the similar concept, the qi absorbed into the heart chakra at the original ground will generate sign of sun rays, water, heart chakra, water qi. And the water qi is the light drops at the heart chakra. When it merges with the inner fire, it will generate sun rays. The light of the sun will appear at the heart chakra. And then the fire qi at the throat chakra will generate the sign of flickering light. When the inner fire reaches the throat chakra, the sign is the flickering light like fireflies, which is what Grandmaster often sees. It's like drops of lights, like the fireflies. That means the inner fire has reached the throat. And the wind qi at the crown, absorbed at the crown opening, will generate the sign of lamp light. So like the flame of a candle, you can see the flame of a candle, the light generated here at the crown opening. That's called the lamp light. And the space qi absorbed at the top knot at the original ground will generate the sign of the clear blue sky. When your qi reaches your apex, the top knot, the sign is that you would be able to see the clear blue sky. You can close your eyes and you'll be able to see it. So you close your eyes and you see rolls of smokes. By closing your eyes, you see the sun rays. By closing your eyes, you see the flickering lights like the stars, star lights. Closing your eyes and you would be able to see the lamp light. Closing your eyes, you would be able to see the clear blue sky. Those are the signs when the qi enters through the right nostril. And now are the signs when the qi enters through the left nostril. They are all the opposite of the above. Instead of clear blue sky, it would be darkness. Instead of the light of the flame, it would be the secondary rainbow. What is the secondary rainbow? It's kind of like a neon light. And instead of the flickering light, it would be electrical light. Instead of sun rays, it would be moonlight. Instead of smokes, it would be sunlight. And on the original ground, the latter gains two positions of mediocre birth. Real signs and yogic experiences in the dream arise accordingly. Hold them and let them be naturally. So all these signs and experiences are natural. There's no need to be obsessed attached to them, and your mind is still on the sky, on the empty space. So place your mind with self-mastery on the space. Whether you see the real signs, whether the signs you see in real, with physical eyes, or in the dream, just let them be. You just recognize them and then let them be naturally. That's this excerpt. Later, rise to contented bliss all over the body and to the unmistaken yogic experience of the dual execution of an empty and clear mind. At this time, you would feel blissful and the content of clear light, and your mind is the dual execution of the bliss and empty mind. So we know that the Tathagata and the Buddha taught us about emptiness. Although you emit a clear light, or like sun rays, or the flickering light, or rolls of smokes, or the bright sunlight, sun rays, they're all just dual execution of an empty and clear mind. So even when you see the light, actually it's the same as emptiness. And emptiness is the same as the clear light. Clear light is the same as emptiness. So that's the dual execution. So these are the signs of this dual execution. Then this is the unmistaken yogic experiences. So there's no fault in this. So that's all for today. It doesn't matter whether you understand it or not. Maybe you feel you can understand it and you comprehend it and you practice this in a fire and light drops. The light drops is water, in a fire is fire. And what is the yogic experience or yogic in union with earth or water or fire or wind? Then you can read it here, it's very clear. I like to ask Xiaoming, why are you crying? The teacher asked Xiaoming, why are you crying? And Xiaoming said, oh, because my mom is in prison and my dad later on is at the police station. And the teacher said, oh, I'm sorry for you. Why don't you go home? And then once Xiaoming got home, the teacher asked the other students, anyone knows what happened to Xiaoming's home, family? Oh, and the students replied, oh, Xiaoming's mom is a nurse and Xiaoming's dad is a policeman. So of course the mom is at the hospital, not the jail, sorry. At the hospital, and the dad is at the police station. My mom's gone to the hospital and my dad's gone to the police station. And the teacher said, oh, poor kid, you can go home now. So he tricked the teacher. The same thing in our Buddhist studies. You need to understand what is first and what is later. And you need to gradually understand the whole thing. Otherwise, it would be taking it out of context. That should not be. When I was young, I'm scared most of my dad. In school, I am most scared of the teacher. When I studied, I was most scared of the teacher. So when I was beaten by the teacher, my aspiration is to become a teacher. For what? To beat on the students. But nowadays you can't, because then you would be sued. If you work, then you would be scared of your boss. Once you get married, you're afraid of your wife. So this is another joke, I missed a joke. So God wanted to test all the people in heavens, man and woman. So as all the men, there's one sign here, those who are afraid of the wives, and this is not afraid of the wives. And everybody is lined up at the afraid of wives. And they're all in heavens. And it's only one man is on the sign that not afraid of the wife. And God said, you're so wonderful. How come you're not afraid of your wife? And he said, oh, because my wife asked me to stand on this line. So he's actually still afraid of his wife, still listening to his wife. Don't you feel this? All of a sudden, I feel that all the terms or names with the Lao, which means like the old somethings, are all very good. Grandmaster is also very afraid of, we Chinese call a lot of things with Lao. In class, Xiao Ming was talking to a girl and was caught by the teacher, and the teacher asked, stand up. Why are you talking to the girl in class? To the girl next to you? And Xiao Ming replied, I just asked her a question. So Xiao Ming said, I wasn't talking to the girl, I was just asking her a question. Well, if you have a question, you should ask me. So Xiao Ming asked, teacher, do you have time tonight? Are you free tonight? And the teacher is a female teacher, so get out here. Xiao Ming is really smart. I'm not as good as he is. A few days ago, a woman came to find me and we chatted for a while. And this afternoon, she wanted to chat with me. And after I saw her, like a video chat. And after seeing her, I thought it's not bad, but she just put on heavy cosmetics. And then she asked, do you want to see my original face without cosmetics? And of course I replied immediately, sure. And then I saw her taking down her wig, her false eyelashes, and her eye makeup, and her lipsticks, and also the cosmetics on her face. And at the end, OMG, oh my God.
OMG, oh my God.
It turns out to be my wife. There's a similar joke. The wife went to Korea for half a year. Plastic surgery or cosmetics surgery takes a long time. So the wife went to Korea, the husband is at home by himself, and the wife completed her cosmetic surgery and came home. But did not tell the husband that she's coming home. She wanted to give him a surprise. So she knocked on the door. And the husband opened the door and saw someone that he did not know. And the woman asked, "Oh, you don't recognize me?" Because that was the wife, but she's gone through plastic surgery. But the wife could not recognize her. And she asked again, "You don't know me?" And the husband said, "Good thing my wife's not home. Why don't you come in?" So if you go to Korea and have cosmetic surgery, go to Korea for 6 months, you need to let your husband know. In the past, there's an idiom that said that poverty will not last for more than 3 generations. So we thought that we will not be poor after 3 generations. Then later on, I realized that, when you're so poor after 3 generations, then you can't even find a wife, then there will be no 4th generation anymore. Some jokes are pretty good because human life is just a joke. We just laugh at it and that's it. Because human life is just like a huge joke. Just laugh at it. And now you know about Buddha Dharma, and you can be relaxed in your meditation practice. Actually, between tightness and looseness and laxity. It cannot be too tight because it would be impossible for you to enter into meditation. But if you're too lax, to relax, then you would fall asleep. Then that will not be meditation, that would be sleeping. So meditation is between tightness and laxity. If it's too tight, then loosen it up. If it's too loose, then uplift yourself, tighten a little bit. Then you would be able to enter into samadhi, Om Mani Padme Hum.